Well, first of all, I know we was getting ready to start into and that's our question. So basically, I wanted to kind of go back into you, just kind of for those who may not know,
Yeah.
those who do know, but those that don't know, kind of talk about your background a little bit. You know, you started up, you know, you're originally from Baltimore, Maryland, and then you resided in Atlanta. So kind of talk about how you got your hand
Okay,
started in
so
production.
I started kind of on accident in middle school, I would say, like right before I moved to Atlanta. I moved there and it was like seventh grade, and I was just fooling around with it, nothing crazy. And one day I just started like getting bold and showing people my beats, and they was actually liking them, and that felt good. So I just kept sticking with it and sticking with it. Um, Started doing my thing online, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. And I say I haven't looked back since a few years ago. A few years ago, I haven't had to do anything else but make beats. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now, I also want to get into, because you did an interview with New York One. Like, we met you at like the Grammys weekend event, and you did an interview, and you were talking about how just like 5 years ago, like you weren't in the position you were now, and how like when you started, you were hustling, doing like DoorDash and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, talk about how you went from that transition. Like, what was the catalyst that like uplifted your career?
I say the catalyst was YouTube for sure. YouTube lifted my career for sure. I started to, I think with anybody that's doing any type of business, you have to like get a target audience, and then you have to take care of your audience. So that was what I ended up starting to do. I realized that I had such a like a big following, like out of state. Like I was, still living in Maryland, but I had a big following in like Louisiana and
So, like,
Texas and stuff like that.
the South.
Yeah, yep. So I just started like all my time that I was spending making these other styles, I just like locked in on the style that was taking off for me, and just uploading to YouTube like every single day. And I started getting like more and more placements off of YouTube. So I would get a lot of songs, I would get sales on my website. And then it eventually got to the point where I started getting like big placements from that. And then that's when I was able to put the stuff to the side. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right. And speaking of placements, because let's talk about when you first started getting the knowledge as a producer. You know, can you kind of go back to that, because you also work with Houston rapper Riff Raff, also a Louisiana rapper as well. Like, I mean, kind of just talk about your your start, those days.
I went to autograph. Crazy. So yes,
Shout out
that's
to
the
your
GOAT.
manager, first of all.
That's the GOAT right there.
You know, shout out.
But I say that my start, dang, like the placements from the jump, they weren't coming like back to back, or like I wasn't in control as much as I am now. Like, I mean, you're never really in control all the way the music industry goes, but back then it was just all random, because I wasn't sending to emails or hitting people up on Twitter. It was, everybody was on Twitter back then. I wasn't hitting people up on Twitter. I was just posting, and people would just come to me pretty much. So Riff Raff, he got a beat. That's actually, as funny as it is, that's actually what let me know that I needed to be doing this shit. I got a placement with Riff Raff off a beat that I made on a PSP. There's a lot of people who are young and don't know what a PSP is. But basically,
I know what a PSP is.
Yeah, we know.
One.
Yeah, we know.
But the
we know.
they may not know. They're like,
yeah, the Gen Zs don't know. Exactly. So
there.
I got a placement off a beat that I made on a PSP, and that shit was so crazy to me. I'm like, dang, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this. And then it just kept going on. And then the next milestone for me was when I worked with Jada Youngin. Rest in peace to him. But I had did one of his first big songs that kind of blew up on YouTube and everything like that. And it's like everything kept going, and I kept going up another level. And then I started working with NBA Youngboy. And in end of 2019, beginning of 2020, I had a song drop called Bad Bad by Youngboy, and right now it's at like 140 million on YouTube, something like that.
Beautiful.
That's the song. I I literally I quit DoorDash like the month before that I got that song. So it's like I timed this shit up so perfect. Like, nah, F this, I'm only doing this. And then I just focus, and then, that all the work that led up, what I'm saying, that I was doing led up to that moment, and I took full advantage of it. And my manager in here, shout out to him, we got locked in. We started talking and lining things up like a month after that. So it
like all your twists were just basically
yeah.
You gotta get it while it's hot.
So sometimes you just gotta just go all in.
Yeah.
You just got to go all in sometimes.
Have you ever like had like any of those moments like, damn, like is this really like, am I really gonna be able to do this? Like, have you ever had any like moments of doubt and stuff like that? Even like after you went to Dash and stuff like that?
Absolutely. And it's weird because I've never doubted myself, right? Like, not to sound cocky, but I'm just,
Listen,
I'm so confident in my beats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
talk your shit.
Look, like on that laptop behind him, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? And can't nobody take that from me. I know I'm him. But my thing was that, this music shit be so weird sometimes, and your beats can be the hardest in the world. But if you're not willing to do some, weird shit, and we ain't even got to talk about what the weird shit is, but without the weird shit on the side, sometimes you just won't get a placement. You don't sign some paperwork, like you ain't signing the contract with these people, you ain't get no placement. And that type of shit be crazy. And see, he's talking about it. That's why I started laughing, because I felt like that like 3 days ago.
Really?
3 days ago, I felt like that again. And
how did you pull yourself out of that?
Oh, I was just like, I just thought about it and I prayed about it and shit like that. And then I'm just sitting here, I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good. And then he called me. Exactly. And then the very next day,
right?
My manager hit my phone and he had like 3 rows of good news for me. And then I had just like, I put that day to the side, and then I just locked in. And then that night we got some really good news. So it's just those signs, like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't ignore it. Yeah. Like, I'm meant to do this shit.
So speaking of you being meant and be going on in this journey, talk about the scariest part, like, of just knowing you're meant to do it, but then having those days where it's just like, ooh.
The scariest part, okay, it's two things that I can think of immediately. One, I don't do, but it can be so easy with like social media. It can be so easy for people to just crash out. And like, I don't do that, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand why somebody would just crash out online, because this shit can be stressful. And if you're not like in a good position to take the losses, and your confidence and everything can take a hit, you know what I'm saying? So I can understand that completely. And then, let's see, dang, I lost my other thought. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
What's the scariest part of your going on this music journey?
Decision making can be scary. I know, like, with me, I'm blessed not only to, you know what I'm saying, like, I move good and I have a lot of knowledge of the game and stuff like that, but I also have people like my manager for sure, you know what I'm saying? But I have a few other people who, like, I'm just locked in with that, you know what I'm saying, have not led me down no bullshit paths. But I know, you have to have some trust in people, and it can simply be you make the wrong decision between 2 people and you put your trust in the wrong one, and they only want 1% of what you got. They're not trying to help you. They lead you to the wrong decisions, and you can be led wrong. So I say that's scary. That's why I encourage like producers to, get a lot of knowledge themselves, so that when someone approaches you with a decision, at least you know what you're about to get into. So then you can't blame no one else but yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah. How do you like stay in the know of like that you're making the right decision? And even just like when it comes to like the industry stuff, because you know some people who coming in, they're like, I don't know anything about the music industry. I don't have a manager. Like I don't have money for a manager. I don't know what decision I should be making.
So I would say staying in the know can be tricky in some situations, but maintaining open lines of communication with people, like keeping those relationships like going upwards. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you meet people and you know y'all talk, and then y'all don't talk for 2 months, and then they reach out to you after they see you do something really good. Those are the type of people who you probably want to stay away from. Sometimes it's genuine that they just forgot, because it's a million people sometimes that you run across. But sometimes you gotta watch out for vultures. That's what I like to call them. I call them vultures because they're nowhere to be found when there's nothing, when you have nothing going on. But as soon as you get hot, they coming in to eat off your plate. Those are the type of people that you really need to watch for.
Talk it. How do you deal with vultures? Like, have you ever peeped somebody with a vulture and just like, I'm gonna fall back?
Shoot. I've dealt with them in productive and unproductive ways. The unproductive ways, but the productive ways to deal with them is you can either take advantage of them and just see it as a transactional situation. Like, that's one thing that you can do. Or B, you can just cold turkey, just ignore them.
Yeah.
So just stiff arm their ass. Sometimes, like, I give you an example, right? You'll have, as a producer, you'll have A&Rs or artist managers who will reach out to you, and sometimes it could be those weird gaps in communication. Now, in those situations, let's say they have artist A that's been multi-platinum, multi-gold, every album's top 5 Billboard, et cetera, where they don't want to tap you in with them at all. They don't want to. They want you to tap in with Lil Doodle Bob, who just started rapping 2 months ago. Lil Doodle Bob, he just started rapping 2 months ago. His budget is 5 pennies. You know what I'm saying? That's the only person they want you to tap in with. They don't even mention that other person. Those are the type of people who I typically will stay away from, because I know it's harder, but if that's completely off the table, it's just like you just trying to take advantage of my juice to turn your artist up. You know what I'm saying? And you're not even moving. You're not even being slick. You know what I'm saying? You're just obvious that you're just trying to do that. I don't like that. Opportunist, vulture, whatever you want to call it. I don't really rock with that unless y'all trying to pay the fee. Y'all trying to pay the right price. All right.
We gonna get it.
But I'm saying, though, if they're paying the money and they got the money to pay for you to work with Doodle or what?
If you giving Lil Doodle Bob the goddamn Youngboy Future, if you kicking that, I give him the same pack.
What's the fee?
Oh, the fee. We don't talk about the fee online because somebody gonna screen record it, and then
like you said,
right, and then the shit. And then what me and my manager was just talking about, let that drop, and now the fee got to go up a little bit, and they gonna be like, "Nah, we want to try and give
that
you
was
that."
Last week's fee.
I'm like, that's the $420 price. You must still be high. It ain't that no more.
Not the $420.
That was the $420 price.
I'm good. Oh my gosh. All right. So, first of all, let's start going into balancing? Because clearly being a producer, you know, we have spoken to many producers. We, you know, some of them give us, you know, their different perspectives on how, you know, the process from start to finish and how they're creating and, you know, how they really, you know, dive into their creative process. Talk about you, you know, trying to balance, you know, as trying to be a creative in this music and trying to have a personal life. Like, talk about how
able
you're
to balance
able to balance
because
that.
by working fast. That's one. Excuse me. I work smarter, not harder. And then I make so many beats that if I have something to pop up that I need to take care of or that I want to go out and do, I'm gonna go do that shit. Like, you can't just be living your whole life behind the computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know the grind don't stop, but it's more than one way of grinding. You know what I'm saying? My fault. My fault. I got called on the phone.
Sorry.
But
listen, it's money calling.
Not for real. The grind don't stop. So, but the grind isn't just making beats. You know what I'm saying? After you make them, they can't just sit there. You got to send them. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you might want to go back and mix them. Okay, go. You leave. You come back home and go do that shit, etc. It's a bunch of different ways about it besides just making beats. But I prioritize making them so fast that I don't have to think. You know what I'm saying? And when I'm actually working, I really don't like to think anyway. I like to create. So it's not so stressful for me because I don't go to my process is I open up my computer. I don't be on here trying to make like, oh, I need to make this type of vibe for this person, or I need to make this vibe for this person, or nothing like that. I go in there, I just start clicking shit. I start pressing shit. I'm just gonna make it, and it's gonna be what it comes out to be. Cause
I have a backup question, Jay. I'm sorry. So hearing you say that, now obviously trends. Let's talk about that with music, right? So where do you feel that, you know, how do you hold your individuality in regards to, because there's a lot of trending music, you know, things of that nature, you know, so what is your thought on that?
Okay, so when it comes to trends, I say you need to be mindful of them. You don't need to follow them, but you need to be mindful of them because the artist gonna follow the trends. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's also characteristics in each of our beats as producers. There's something about all of our beats that make us different than everybody else. If you don't know what that is as a producer, then you need to just lock in on your craft and pay attention to what your audience is gravitating towards. Some people, it's simply just, hell, they ice cold with the piano. Some producers, it's the way they 808s knock. Some producers, it's just the hi-hats, the way the bounce that they put on that. It's little shit, but it's all individual shit. So when it comes to trends, you gotta find some middle ground. You gotta mix it in. You don't have to, but you really, I do that. We are, you know, most of us do that because I'm not about to just be out here just missing placements. But some of these trends, I look at them, I'll be like, y'all can have that. I'm cool.
What's the trend that you just like you're not for?
Okay. My trend that I just am not for is, and maybe this is just because I'm from Baltimore and shit, and we've been hearing club music, but the Jersey drill mixed with club music and shit and all that.
How did I
know
something
dance
groups
they be putting in there and all that shit. I don't want to. They just get on that motherfucker shouting and shit.
I mean,
I don't want to hear it.
If you had somebody like that was like up there, it's like, yo, I want a Jersey drill type of beat, and they want to come to you. What you
shit? As much as much as I hate it, as much as I hate to do it, I could go to my computer and pull one up.
You do it. Yeah.
Or I can do it. Like, I know, that's one thing that I kind of pride myself on is just, even if it's some shit that I don't like or don't want to do, anything of that nature. Sometimes gotta just take that, and you just gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm not gonna do it, someone's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? That could be my placement, and I'm not about to just let that motherfucker just walk out the door. You know what I'm saying?
That could have been your Grammy nomination. Like,
exactly. Bingo.
And speaking of Grammy nominations, which is a great segue, I want to talk about your reaction because you were nominated because you did a song on Future's album, Like Me, featuring 42 Thug and Lil Baby, and you were nominated for Album of the Year.
Yes, sir.
And what was your feeling when you got that call, that email, that text? Like,
I was turned. I was too turned because like it's one of them situations where it's like I knew it was coming off of the project based on what it was doing, how everyone's reactions was to it, and everything like that. And even expecting it, I still was going crazy. I went crazy. I went up all the way up. Price went up like a motherfucker. But nah, for real, like I was too turned. I took it to LA with me. I had that same day that we had met. The night ended up so bad. I didn't basically. It was good, but it was bad. So I don't really be celebrating. That's my problem, right? I try not to get too high or too low with this shit, but sometimes you just gotta you just gotta go up.
It's okay.
So
you gotta
So I had 4 drinks before at the event we was at and a shot. I had 4 drinks and a shot. Chilled out. I went to another event. I had 2 drinks there, and then we went somewhere else, and I just went fucking crazy. I had like 4 double shots. I was mixing light and dark. The whole day I was mixing light and dark. I went crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I threw up in the club.
Oh Lord, Jesus! Not threw up in the club.
Like I threw up in the club. I ducked the bullet. I had to get carried to my room.
Wait, I'm just trying to figure out how all this happened in the same day that we met. You like
spin the block.
I just
spin the block back. Hold on. How we get?
Some people got.
What part of LA was you in?
I don't remember. I didn't drive. It was my car. I didn't drive. They wouldn't let. Thank God, but they ain't let my ass drive.
Jesus. Well, thank God you're okay.
I was saying I went that up. Like I got it all done in one day. I got it all.
I mean, I'm glad you had a great night.
I'm glad. Yeah, we definitely glad that that you're good, you're safe, and everything like that. You had a good time. I'm curious, how was your next day though?
I had a headache. I had to get up early, and we still had more events to do.
Because wasn't that the day of the Grammy? No, that was Friday. Yeah, so Sunday was the Grammys.
No.
Yeah. So, dang, I had a session either the next day or the day afterwards. My hangover lasted like an extra day. I ended up, my head was rocking, and it was I had a studio session, and one thing about my beats, my 808s hit, and that's great. But with a hangover in my head, oh man.
You probably
I left early for sure. I feel like I got hit in the head with a brick.
Oh my goodness.
That's when you start talking about I ain't never drinking.
Listen.
Exactly.
Just a quick story time real quick, because like you telling that story, we would have never got that vibe from you, because like when we met you, like you were just so like quiet. And you were like, hey, you're like, oh hey, Hitman Audio, I was nominated for a Grammy. We was like, what? You nominated? Like you were such a humble guy. Like we would never got that from you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Definitely. You definitely have a really amazing spirit about yourself. Very humble. So we see different personalities and different things and people, but you definitely, and you, everything that
Yeah.
you get, I just want to say this right here to you, to your face. Well,
Yeah.
everything that
Yeah.
you get, don't be afraid to celebrate you. Don't be
Nah, for
afraid to
sure.
celebrate your team. You deserve everything that you get. If you work this hard, you put that 120% into exactly what you do and you love your heart, you deserve every single moment of it. So embrace it. And
Yeah,
embody
most
it.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing better with that besides what I did. But yeah, I'm going up more about everything that I've been getting done. You know what I mean?
Of
Yeah, he
course.
said facts.
All
He went
right,
up too.
listen. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody
Oh
got a good time in
yeah.
LA.
Again.
Let's just say
Oh
everybody had a
yeah.
good time in LA. We definitely got
Most
we
definitely.
got to see you out there again, okay? Well, first I want to say thank you so much just for sitting here and having this interview with us. You know, you get dropped some gems. You definitely said some things that I think is really important that should, you know, for those who maybe on here that's entering into the music or you are already seasoned into the music, but I think you definitely said some things that can be taken away. And first off, you know, before we wrap up, I want you to kind of just give your encouraging words. We don't want to say advice, but encouraging words, you know, to those who are, you know, who's trying to come up and really work on their craft, or those who are seasoned and just feel like, hey, you know what, I'm at a roadblock.
Oh shit.
Which
My
direction
words
should
of
I go?
encouragement is no don't mean no. You know what I'm saying? No does not mean no. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't give up. You can't get too discouraged to the point where you just drop the shit. It's gonna be hard times for sure, but you gotta push through that. And from my career and everything that I've been through, the hard times always come right before the blessings. So keep your mind clear and just stay locked in through the hard times so you can wake up the next day and see the blessings. You know what I'm saying? You'll be ready for it. Otherwise, you just gonna keep missing opportunities. But yeah, like I said, no does not mean no. So any negative thoughts and negative opinions that people throw your way, you just eat that shit and let it fuel you. You know what I'm saying? I let that shit fuel me every time. The slightest thing, the slightest miss, the slightest thing, it carried me through the whole year. So what people hating on you or whatever fuck. They hating on you because you got that fire. Because you him or you her and you got exactly what they don't have. That's how you need to look at it. That's why they hate you. You give them something to hate on. So keep giving them something to hate on and keep going.
Period.
Period.
I got one last question before we go.
Oh, for sure.
All right. What do you have upcoming? Who are you working with? Who do you plan to work with? Can you like drop any of the three good news that you received recently? Like
okay, so what I'm working on right now. Let me see. My manager's still in here. If I can say that.
I mean,
shit.
if a contract's not signed, you ain't gotta say it yet.
All right, contract's not signed.
Okay.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
All right.
We ain't gonna talk about it. Cause so basically,
we're not gonna put it out there.
Someone just, you know what I'm saying? Somebody just wrapped up their album, and they had to hit us. You know what I'm saying? They hit his phone to get to me, hit my line, and like I need
rapper, singer.
Yep, rapper. You know what I'm saying? We got some R&B shit on the way too, but R&B be taking so long, and they be changing their mind last minute.
Okay.
So we ain't gonna sit on that, but we just stacking that up. But on the rap side, everything's smooth. Like everybody, I have a few EPs coming, like full projects. This the thing that I said I would do this year, and I'm finally, you know what I'm saying, and I'm putting it into action. But me and I've already picked three artists, and me and each of them gonna be doing EPs. So my name gonna be with theirs. So it's like the whole like Metro Boomin got a tape where you see him as an artist. Take Keith, you see when he gets placements and stuff, it'd be like featuring Take Keith. So I think like that's one of the things that I just been wanting to do just to elevate myself. And And yeah, one of them EPs, I got a I could talk about it. One of them EPs, I got a big record that I've been holding for a while. It's 42 Doug and Lil Baby, and we just been figuring out who to give it to, who gonna do it justice, et cetera, et cetera. And I figured that out.
Nope.
So on one
Okay.
of my EPs, you will see, expect to see such and such and Hitman featuring 42 Doug and Lil Baby.
Ooh, okay, I
And we
like.
pop this shit that way.
Well, I'm so happy
Yes.
for all your success that you got, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all.
Listen.
Yeah.
And the one thing about us over here, we definitely going to support. Like I said, when we first met you and your manager,
Humble.
like, yo, y'all
Yeah.
hands down, humble, amazing, great spirits.
Likewise.
So we going to support
Likewise.
you over here.
Likewise. Nah,
If
y'all
that
was
key
cool
drop,
from
we
the
gotta have
first
a
day.
conversation.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Nah, we gonna have a talk for sure.
Okay, definitely. So first of all, thank you again for definitely coming through, sitting and talking with us. Of course, for guys, thank you for coming through, supporting. Of course, you already know you catch us here every Thursday at our regular time.
Yeah.
Originally 7 p.m., but we had to
We had to
I
get
know
it. We
your
had to get
schedule
it
was
off
a
cattle.
little something,
Yeah.
something. So we
Right.
finally got you on. And we appreciate it. So first off, guys, if you're not following GNS&x, definitely hit that follow button, okay? Because your girls over here, we two black dope sisters doing it up over here, all right? Talking to some amazing people within the industry. And if you are not supporting Hitman Audio, you better go purchase everything
the list
he
is
ever
Yeah.
produced, okay?
He got a
Listen,
long list, and it keeps getting
list,
longer.
And it's getting longer.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm running up the
Swipe
credit
on
card, all right?
iTunes. Call iTunes and
I'm
start
running up the
swiping. Let's go.
on Apple Music. Listen, so thank you so much again for being here. We do appreciate it. And guys, please make sure, like I said, if you're not following, please follow and also support our artists, support our producers.
Really the heart of the
music.
music,
It takes a lot.
if you think about
okay,
it.
especially
Thanks.
Correct. So, all right, Hitman Audio, thank you so much again. You enjoy the rest of your night.
Okay.
All right,
for sure.
Have a good one.
Okay, we knew this was happening. I'll say this is probably like my favorite one we've done so far.
Yeah. This is amazing. I love all, you know me, I love all our interviews. I know all our interviews is great. I mean, I just love the energy. I love it. And I love the fact that he's learning to celebrate him. I love the fact that, he has an amazing team behind him to be able to, help guide and, for him to understand. So, and just once again, congratulations. We always want to see, our people do good, but definitely congratulations for being able to come in the way from where you started up to this point. And you got so much more road to go down. So trust me, and it's all going to be up from there. Girl, I was like, at least he gave us a little something in regards to, the EPs. Like, I'm excited because, I love me some new music. So, all right. So, guys, listen, we want to say thank you again for tuning in with us. Don't forget, if you are in the NYC area, May 13th, it is going down at Lips Cafe in Brooklyn, New York. Listen, we got some of the amazing, hands down women in media that's going to be on our panel.
Going to be some doings, a little bites to eat. It's just so we have Gigi, we have TT, we have who else? We have BB, Nikki. It's a lot of everybody's name ends with. But we have women that's running shit in media.
Listen,
like that's what we have.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. We got some hands down, just some amazing Black women that's going to be on our panel that's running their own businesses. Those who have worked with BET, those who work with This Is 50, those who have worked, everything that you can think of, being on red carpets, has their own media platform, and they are going to be on our panel giving advice and talking to other women or men if they're show up, basically, and talking to them about how you can be able to do the same thing. So, guys, if you have not purchased your tickets, please purchase your tickets. Okay, you can go to the link in our bios. Okay, All right, guys. So listen, you already know what it is. Listen, shout out to everybody that joined. You already
Real
know
music.
it's right here. Where's the saying? It's right here.
Stop.
It's right here. Real music. And real people. And guys, right here, it don't get no realer than this. All right. So guys, until next time, you already know what it is. Peace.